Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to go ahead and talk about AMD new CPUs that is set to launch in April. Yes, the Ryzen 5, the Ryzen 7, the Ryzen 5, as well as the Ryzen 3 4100. Now, sources are from VideoCardz.com. I will be putting all the link of the sources in the description below so you can go ahead and read and catch up on everything, so you can go ahead and get well-based knowledge of it. Now let's go ahead and get right into the story. Now, AMD first Ryzen processor equipped with 3D V-Cache, and I'm very excited that this 3D V-Cache memory is coming out. The CPU is coming out. Now the Ryzen 5, the Ryzen 7, 5800 X3D, 8-core, 16-thread, 4.5 GHz boost, 3.4 GHz base with the 64 MB AMD 3D V-Cache, 32 MB of 20 cache, 105 watt TDP with the AMD 4000 series and AMD 500 series motherboard. This is only where this Ryzen 7 5800 X3D will work on those two motherboards. We got the AMD 400 series and the AMD 500 series motherboard. Please make sure you update your BIOS to handle this CPU that is coming out April 20th to all y'all tech enthusiasts and tech PC users out there. But the good thing about it, that the Ryzen 7 5700X is a more affordable CPU. 65 watts of TDP, 8 cores, 16 threads, coming in at 299 USD dollars. Now that's the more budget one. You can get an 8 core, 16 thread with a 3.4 gigahertz base with a 400 megahertz lower than the 5800X. However, the boost clock will just 100 megahertz lower, but you get a good CPU that has a high, good, great differential of LPCs, so that you can't go wrong with this CPU. Now, AMD also launching 6 cores Ryzen 5 CPUs, the 5600 and the 5500. Contrary to its previous reported, both SKUs supposedly have SMT enabled, so they have 12 threads. There is a small difference in clock speed though. The 5600 has 3.5 base with a 4.4 gigahertz clock, whereas the 5500 comes at 3.6 base with a 4.2 gigahertz frequency. Now, it will also appear that the 5500 features 16 megabyte of L3 cache, while the 5600 comes with 32 megabyte of L3 cache. This is likely because the 5500 is based on the Cezanne silicon, while the 5600 is based on the Vermeer. Alrighty, now here's the chart of it. The AMD Ryzen 7 5800 X3D coming in at 8 cores, 16 threads, 4.5 base with a 3.4 gigahertz at 100 megabyte of cache. TDP is 100 watts, coming in at a whopping of $449. So that's the manufacturer suggested retail price, but the suggested retail price will hit retail stores where the price be the same or will the price hike up a little bit. We will see until April 2nd. They say it's coming April 20th. My bad, April 20th when they come out. Now, the AMD Ryzen 7 5700X is 8 core, 16 thread, also 4.6 boost with a 3.4 gigahertz with 36 megabyte of cache at 65 watt TDP. Now this is not bad, and it's coming in at $299. So now you get an 8 core, 16 thread CPU for $299. You cannot beat that. Now the Ryzen 5 5600, 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.4 boost with a 3.5 gigahertz with a 35 megabyte cache, 65 watt TDP, your base budget of $199. Now that was the same when the Ryzen 5 3600 came out. Now the AMD Ryzen 5 5500 is the same cores, 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.2 boost with the 3.7 base, which is not bad. Now this is gonna be your gaming monster right here. This is gonna be your gaming monster right here. A lot of people will buy this. This is one reason why when I do my price list, I also put in the new hardware using the B400 series as well as the B500 series. So now for $159 at 19 megabyte cache, 65 watt TDP, you can't beat that. And you can go ahead and team that up with your good graphic card of your choice. Now the other ones are the Ryzen 5 4600G, 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.2 boost with a 3.7 gigahertz, 11 megabyte cache, 65 watt TDP at $154. And the other one is the AMD Ryzen 5 4500, 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.1 boost with a 3.6 base, 11 megabyte cache, 65 watt TDP at $129. So right now AMD is giving y'all choices of building y'all rigs. So therefore you cannot go wrong with it. In April 20th, these CPUs are coming out. And the more budget friendly, the more basic type PC users is your 4 cores, 8 threads. Yes, that is your basic. The 6 cores, 12 threads is your middle range, and your 8 cores, 16 thread is the more your high end range. So yes, they bringing the 4 cores, 8 threads back, which will be placing the 4 cores, 4 threads. So yes, you can do more with 4 cores and 8 threads. Now, if you plan on doing some gaming, I prefer to go light with it because it's just only 4 cores and 8 threads. Know what type games you're going to play on a 4 core, 8 thread system, or you can just use it as just your basic system, such as watching your Hulu, Netflix, Sling TV, etc., browsing the internet, listen to your Spotify. You know, that could be just your basic set entertainment rig in your living room with your RGB vibe, whatever type case you want, and you can't go wrong with it. Now this CPU frequency is 4 boost with a 3.8 base, 6 megabyte cache. As you see, it starts dropping low, and the 65 watt TDP, and is at $99. Now the AMD will be launching as many as 3 Ryzen 4000 SKUs. These are your entry-level CPUs, priced under $154, which is not bad. And your Ryzen 5 4500 is expected to cost $129, and your cheapest Ryzen 3 4100 at $99 USD. Now you cannot go wrong with that. Now it's supposed to be coming out towards the end of April. I will keep y'all posted on it. You can't go wrong with this, sir. I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. And to all the newcomers that are trying to build their rigs, waiting on new hardware to come out, well, this right here, as you see in front of me, this is it. And you cannot go wrong with that. Now moving on to the GPUs. Yes, Intel has kept the ARC on hold too long. I was waiting for the ARC to come out in Q1, but they pushed it down some. So let's get into that story now. As now, AMD, Intel, and NVIDIA all to release new desktop graphic cards in the next few months. New desktop graphic cards are coming. For the first time in nearly 24 years, we will see GPUs released from 3 companies in the next few months. Yes. Now the thing is, I've been waiting on the ARC, and I want to see kind of ARC, you know, is it good to buy? That's the thing. And I'm not going to compare it with the AMD Ryzen 6000 series. Now the 6500 XT is your basic mid-tier level GPU. So I'm not going to demoralize it. That's for people who don't play games, looking for a GPU just to go ahead on and say, you know what, let me just go ahead on and do my thing. Simple, easy, basic task computing. That's it. Where the Intel ARC handles the high-end GPUs from AMD, the RX 6600 XT and up, and with the RTX 30 series, and that's a good thing to know. Now, the Intel Arc supposed to be by the end of Q2 2022. I will keep you posted on it. Now, the Arc 8780 featured a full DG2. Let me highlight that for y'all. DG2 512 EU GPU and a 16GB of GDDR6 memory. It is expected to compete in the under mid-range segment with the Radeon RX 6700 XT and the GeForce RTX 3070. Now, to all the big-time tech enthusiasts, that's well over 100,000 that likes to go ahead on the benchmark punch. When you get this card, if this card comes available with the Intel Arc, bench test it on the RX 6700 and the RTX 3070 series and see how that compares. Now, y'all might want to go as low as the 3050 as well, and we will see. Now, the NVIDIA RTX 3090 Ti is supposed to be in March. The NVIDIA will release its flagship, the RTX 3090 Ti, on March 29th. Claims the rumor from the chip hell. This model has been on schedule for a few weeks now after NVIDIA failed to deliver an update on the SKU since the CES of 2022. Now, is NVIDIA is going to make the consumer world happy, or is it just another disappointment by NVIDIA? We will see. Now, they're supposed to release the RTX 3090 Ti March 29th. We will see. And the RTX Ti is 3070 Ti 16GB SQ. So we will see if they're going to go ahead and hold their promise to the consumers and say, here's the RTX 3090 Ti and enjoy. Now, there have not been no price on it yet, but it was so AMD have decided to release more of the RX 650 XT refresh coming in April. AMD will be refreshing its RDNA 2 desktop model led by the Radeon RX 6950 XT, featuring faster 18GB per second memory and increased TDP. While this model is considered to direct response to NVIDIA RTX 3090 Ti. Now, you know AMD wasn't going to go down like that. They said, you know what, you coming up with your 3090, we're going to come up with our flagship, the 6950 XT. The RX 6750 XT and the RX 6650 XT should offer competitive performance against the Intel Arc. The RX 6950 XT will launch in April, but the launch date of the mid-range XT SKU is currently unknown. So now, these are question marks cards coming up now. Only thing I'm waiting on is the Intel Arc. I've been waiting on that card ever since January of 2022, but they pushed it down now. It says it's supposed to be released by sometime in Q2, so we will see. Now, the GeForce RTX Ti will be on the chip GA102, hardware 84SM, has 10,752 FP, 32 at 384-bit. Memory is 24GB GDDR6X. It's on the enthusiast. It's supposed to be released on March 29th. Now we will see, because we got about 19 more days before this card is released. Now you got your Radeon RX 6950 on the Navi 21, 80 CUs, 5120 FP, 32 at 256-bit, 16GB GDDR6. Segment is enthusiast. It's supposed to come out in mid-April. That's sometime next month. So we will see. And the Radeon RX 6750 XT is on the Navi, 40 CUs, 2460 LP, 32 at 192-bit, 12GB GDDR. It's coming out in the mid-range of Crew 2, as well as the RX 6500 XT. Now the ARC A780, the ARC A580, the ARC A380, as well as the ARC A350 is supposed to be out in Q2. as well as your Radeon RX 6500 will be out in May. Now I will be putting all these description in the I will put all these link articles in the description below, so about their views, and y'all can go ahead and read it, and y'all can go ahead and put some sense into it. But meanwhile, everybody's waiting on the RTX 3090 Ti. Will there be enough to go around? Who knows? Will it be? What are the retail price out? We don't know. But just like I said, we got 19 more days to find out the pricing, etc. And will there be enough on the shelves? And will the price be competitive for you consumers to buy the GPU, which is a great thing. So this is another beast monster. But my thing is, if you already got the RTX 3090, why would you need the Ti? My thing is, I'm waiting on the ARC, and if the ARC is at a available good price, maybe that might be the GPU for me for my editing. I don't know, but we will see. I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.